What is happening, YouTube? I'm back. My name is Joe. I didn't put a video out. I don't think on Friday. I think Thursday was the last video. But anyway, I'm back. Appreciate you guys hanging out and watching. Again, my name is Joe, just the average Joe, or just your average Joe. I've been reselling full time, 8 years, I'd say now, and I've been doing eBay since my college days when I was just a wee little boy. When I was 2000 was when I started my original eBay account. I've been selling on eBay since 2000, back when you could still do like third-party market payment checkout places, like, or do money orders, or Western Union, if y'all remember those days. Anyway, so been around for a while, but appreciate you guys hanging out. We have 18 sales. I don't really have anything to go over, so y'all know how I do. This is raw, unedited, shooting from the top of my head kind of thing. As things pop up, I'll share them, but I don't have an agenda. I don't have anything to go over today. There's nothing that's sticking out that's like I need to share with you guys. Saturday, I went yard sailing. Didn't do a short or a video on Saturday just because I didn't pick up a ton of stuff. I didn't come across any video game stuff, which is not normal, but I was either a day late or a dollar short every video or every sale that I went to, which it happens that way sometimes. Now, did I still pick things up? Yes. Still did pretty okay. I mean, I'm still gonna turn a profit for Saturday, and a decent profit for what I spent. I think I spent like about 150 bucks. Probably have about $400 worth of stuff, maybe $500 worth of stuff. Nothing crazy, but you know, that's how some Saturdays shake out that way sometimes. It's just what it is. But maybe I'll go over the things. I actually have all the things laid out on the table. Maybe I'll show you guys what I got as well. So if you want to hang around and stay, I might remember to do that, and I might not. Who knows? But anyway, sales from Friday to today, or right now, Friday to right now, we have 18 sales. That's awesome. We got some things moving up out of here, so that's awesome. The dollar amount's not quite where I want it. We hit goal, so that's good. We did hit goal. My goal is 200 bucks a day. So just let y'all know if you're new with me here, $200 a day is my goal. So we did sell 18 items for a total of $883.60. So, you know, I wish that, with 18 things sold, I wish the dollar amount would have been higher, but hey, I did start a promotion on Friday. I started a new promo, and another markdown sale. So I did 5%, what I do, just, sharing some nuggets on how I do. All of my promos and everything ended like the 7th, I think it was. Yeah, the 7th. And so the 10th, I didn't realize it all ended. I knew my stuff was really slow, and I figured I needed to go in and do that. So all my stuff had ended like 2-3 days before that. So either the 9th or the 10th, I went back in and reset up my promos. So basically what I do is I do all of my items that are currently up. I do the 5% marketing promotion, so you get more eyeballs on it. So I do 5%, even on all my new items. I don't normally do the new items, but I just felt like things have been kind of slow, so I just threw in all my new items on that as well. So the whole store was a 5% promotion, to get extra traffic and eyeballs on stuff. And I just do a flat 5%. eBay recommends like 9%, 13%, these on different categories and items. I'm just like flat rate, make it easy, 5% the whole store. And then I did on all my items that have been up for more than 90 days, barring a few items, but majority of the items have been up for 90 days or more. I did a 35% off sale. I'm just trying to get them out of here. There's still money to be made on all those items. Excuse me, even at 35% off, well, technically 40% off. If I get hit with double promo for a sale, I'm okay with that. I normally would take like 50% off anyway on most items I have up. Most, not all, but many items I have up, I always start price high. So I already know I'm at the high side of stuff. So, and I'm already willing at that point, most items I'm willing to, take like half off or 30-40% off. Even newer, well, not newer items, if they sit for a while. People send me good offers sometimes on newer items, and sometimes hindsight should have taken them, but and then other times it sells for full rate. So it's a crapshoot. It's hit and miss. But typically the way I do my system, or the way I my strategy is more than 90 days, aggressive sale on it to try to get it up out of here. which sometimes works and doesn't work. Sometimes you get those old sales, sometimes you don't. That price doesn't always motivate folks. And then I did a promo on the whole store. So double dipped on the promos. And then typically anything that's like 30 days to 90 days, if I remember correctly, I did a 10% promo. So like anything that I put up in the past, like that's been up between that, 30-day and 90-day time, I did a 10% promotion on those. Anything that's less than 30 days, I'd leave it up as the full rate. And again, it's just strategy that works for me. It makes it easy because I'm about making things easy. So it makes it clear cut, super easy. I go in, just boom, 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 the whole store 5% done. And then boom, 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 old items 35% off. And then boom, 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 all my items from 30 to 60 or 30 to 90 days, I'll get 10% off. So, and typically I see a boost in sales, which shows over the weekend at 18 sales. I think last weekend we had like 10 or less, maybe. I think we had right at 10 or something, 10 sales. So it certainly helps. And I had a lot of offers, but just people don't want to step up, man, and pay. I mean, I'll take money off. I'll give you a good deal, but don't hit me with like, a $10 offer on a $100 item, man. Like, I mean, come on, step up to the plate a little bit. So that's the one thing I can't stand as far as resell, or as far as, people cheap. I've talked about this before. Cheap MFers out there, man. Cheap people. Like the item, really? I'm gonna sell this for $10? Really? Okay. It's funny. I'll share this too. I had a guy. So I had a guy that I've got. So for folks that don't know, video games is more so my niche. I sell everything, but I do kind of niche into video games and some other categories. But video games is because I collect them. I just stay with them more, and that's where I hang more, is in that category. But again, I'm a jack of all categories at the end of the day, or most categories at the end of the day. But I had a guy. I have a post out constantly out on Marketplace that says, "Hey, I got a PS5 brand new for trade for retro game stuff." And I've done 3 trades now so far. So I typically, when I do a trade, I go out, try to find another PS3. So I always have one available in case somebody hits me with something on Marketplace. A good deal, a good trade or whatever. 99% of the stuff you get through Marketplace is straight trash, junk. People just lowballing, watch stuff for nothing, crazies, a bunch of crazies. So this dude messages me and says, "Hey, mind you, it's a brand new PS5, right? Brand new PS5 in the box, looking for trade." And my description says looking for trade for these retro items. There's a whole laundry list of retro stuff that I'm looking for. Okay. He sends me a PS3 with 2 games and a controller, and I'm like, "Hey man, we're not even close, man. I'll pass." And he's like, "Well, your ad says you're looking to trade," and I was like, "Yeah, but I mean, you sent me a PS3. We're nowhere near in the same ballpark." And then he says, "Man, you sound like such a girl." Okay, you sound like an ignorant, dumb beep 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 beep, because who in their right mind is gonna trade a little $100 system for a $500 system? Are you crazy? I don't know, man. Like, what planet are you from? Anyway, so I sent them back a little nasty gram and just blocked them after that. I was like, something to that effect too. Like, I'm a girl, right? Oh, okay, but you're the one asking somebody for basically a handout, and you're the one thinking that a old PS3 is going to be comparable to a brand new PS5. Have a wonderful day, sir. And blocked and sent and goodbye, or something to that effect. Anyway, people are crazy, man. So that's my little entertainment for the day. People are nuts. That's my little story time. So I got that over the weekend. I think I got that Friday actually, when I was out and about, and I was just like, what do you do? Come on, man. Like, seriously? Anyway, people are nuts. But all right, let's go over some sales. We got a lot of things to pull and a lot of things to show. A lot of stuff sold on promos. I'm looking at what I do like about eBay. When you're going through your sales, it shows you like sold with 35% promo, sold with promoted listing, and 10% promo. So like, it shows me that like a lot of these were, the 10% worked, because 1, 2, 3. Well, 10% means they're only 30 to 60, 90 days old, so they're not super old items, but quite a few items went within that 10% range. 3, one for 35%, another one four for 10%, another one for 10%, 5, another one for 10, 10, another for 35, and another one for 10. So probably like 7 to 8, 10% off. 2, I think it was, for the 35% off. So a couple older items went. I want a lot of these old items to go. It's just, they just need to get out of here. But anyway, so I might go super aggressive and do a 50% off on the old items on the next promo. So I typically do the promo for a month at a time. So it'll end like the 10th of June. So I think the 10th of June, what I'm going to do is any item that's more than 90 days old, I may go 120, like maybe 120 days old, but I'm going to do 50% off. Excuse me. I've even, you know what? Tell me, you know what? I'm going to ask y'all about this. I've been reselling for a long time, and I'm kind of stuck in my ways. So with that being said, I've always been curious about doing this, but I've never actually done it. So I'm going to ask to y'all, any of y'all resellers that watch, if any of y'all do it this way. Now, my strategy on eBay for reselling and posting a listing is basically I do all buy it now, make an offer. Everything is buy it now, make an offer. I don't do auctions at all because auctions don't get anywhere near. Now, granted, it's the slow nickel or slow dime versus the quick nickel. You know, when you do an auction, it's over in 7 days, and whatever it sells for, there it's done, right? A lot of times you're going to take a big loss. The item may go on auction for $30 that normally sells for $50, right? But because you wanted to put it on auction, you just not, typically it's not going to get as much. Which, if your in cost on stuff is not high, it's a way to go. It's just not a way that I've ever done it. I've always done it as make an offer or buy it now, make an offer. And you know, it's just, I've done that for the last, I used to do auctions, I guess, back in college days and things like that, because auctions were way more, I don't think they had buy it nows way back then. They did have buy it nows way back then, but they didn't have make offer options way back then. So I remember back in the day, I used to just do auctions because that was what eBay was. It was an auction site. So that's, you know, it is definitely adapted and changed, you know, but that's still an option. And, you know, there's a lot, you don't see as many auctions as you used to, but because you don't get as much out of stuff. But I'm saying all that to say, how many of you do auction style? Because I've thought about on all my old items here, I'm finally getting to what I was trying to get to. All my old items that are like 6 months or more, probably 6 months or more would be my cutoff. Throw them up as an auction, change, you know, end and repost as auction style just to get them out, man. Like, there's no sense in holding on to stuff more than 6 months, really, in my opinion. I mean, I do have items in my store that do sell, and I'm sure y'all have had this happen too if you kind of roll the same way I roll. You know, you put stuff up, it sits on a shelf, and next thing you know, 18 months later, 2 years later, it sells for $60 or whatever. You know, $100 or $10, whatever it is, it ends up selling. And you always say stuff, oh man, I've had this for so long, man. Finally got rid of this. I'm sure I'm not the only one, right? Well, I want to kind of get away from that. It's nice to get those sales, especially because it seems like those come at the time when you least expect it. Because you're like, oh man, I totally forgot I even had that. All right, got me a sale for something I've been holding on to for 18 months or whatever. So it is nice when those sales come through. You know, every item has, if you wait long enough, has the right buyer for the right price. So, well, not every item, but most items. So with that being said, you know, that's why I've always kind of just gone the way I've gone. You know, most things, if they're up in my store for more than like 2 years and I identify that, then normally I'll pull it off and take it to our thrift store and put it in the thrift store for a couple bucks and go that route with it. But yeah, I've thought about maybe switching the game and just doing auction style on all of the old items, 6 months or more. And whether that $100 item that I could get as buy it now goes on auction for 40, oh well, man. I mean, it's $40 that I have here and now that I can do that maybe once a month on all those backlog items, once a month, maybe once every 2 months, or maybe even every 3 months or so. You know, every quarter maybe, I don't know, but every so often go in and all the old items, boom, change them to auction style. So anyway, give me your thoughts if you guys do auctions. Let me know what you think, if you're even watching this long. But anyway, there's that. All right, let's go over some sales. So that's always been on my mind. So that's something that I I'm probably going to do I'm going to hopefully get a couple comments from y'all and see what y'all think, from folks that do it, do auction style. But I think either way it goes, I'm going to take a small set of items, maybe 10 items, and just give it a shot and see what happens. On 10 items that have been in the shop longer than 90 or 60 days, or 6 months rather, and see what happens. See if those, what those 10 items go for. Just do a little like test set of 10 items and just see what happens. The other thing that I'm also seriously debating is getting my items cross-listed over to Whatnot. I have Whatnot. I've been approved to be a seller on Whatnot for, 2 years. I've gone live on there like 3 times. It's never really anything, maybe even 4 times, but I'm not gonna say it's not for me, because I can do it, but you got to be consistent with it and build a following and schedule your shows and put things in your store, and it's a whole thing. So I don't have the additional time to do all that with all the other things I got going on, but I may need to find the time to well, not to do the live part of it, but I need to sit down at some point and just say, you know what, I'm going to just sit on Vendu and I'm just going to cross list a bunch of my stuff over to Whatnot, because I've been hearing several other resellers that I watch on YouTube saying how the Whatnot cross listing on Whatnot's actually doing pretty well for them, just sitting in the marketplace. They're not going live. They're just having things sit in the marketplace. And there's so many people shopping on Whatnot now. They search for said item and boom, it pops up. You got it in your store and they're just buying it. They don't care that it's not live, because they're actually using it to shop like eBay, basically. So you get both, both spectrums there. You get to live shop, the addiction of and the adrenaline of live shopping and the auction, and then you can also just scour through different stores and see if you find that item you're looking for. And I don't really know how the offers work and things like that, but obviously I'll figure that out. It's not too hard, but yeah. So anyway, that's all I got. Let's start going over sales, because I don't want this video to be more than like, I don't know, 35-ish minutes maybe. So first thing that sold. And also, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Do y'all want to a couple other pickers that I watch do videos of themselves just packing and shipping and showing little tidbits of how to pack and ship, and how to build a box as they're, or how to whatever, just them shipping, packing things. I mean, I pack stuff too. I can do separate videos and just put them under a different category in my things, just as shipping, and show you guys how I ship stuff, and just more of me rambling while I'm shipping. So if that's something that you're interested in, because apparently there's a market for that, for people wanting to know and see and watch folks pack and ship stuff. So yeah, who'd know? But there's that. All right, first thing that sold was, and I got too much stuff around here. All right, first thing that sold was AEW Dustin Rhodes action figure. Sold for $10 plus shipping. So there's that. That was part of that. If you've been hanging out with me, that was part of the wrestling lot that I picked up a few weeks back, maybe a month now. Yeah, maybe a month now. But sold a backpack and a pair of shoes. I'm telling you what, man, shoes. I've been holding on to shoes for a while. I'm glad they're starting to sell. So pair of shoes. These are some Nikes that sold. These sold for, these are the Pegasus Air Zoom Pegasus. $30 plus shipping. Nice pair of shoes. So nice pair of shoes there, Nikes. $30 plus shipping. Backpack and Star Wars. Star Wars I think is right here. Yep. All right, so Star Wars, I just listed this last week. Star Wars Rogue One Blu-ray sold for $12 free shipping. So $12 free shipping on that. It is sealed, brand new sealed as well. Backpack. I'm telling you, man, don't sleep on backpacks, guys. So this is a Orban copper tone or orange Orban backpack. So there's that. Very nice condition. Basically like almost brand new looking. It's got tons of pockets. So anyway, nothing special, but backpacks, guys. Backpacks, $36 plus shipping on this one. So I've mentioned it before. Don't sleep on backpacks, man. Especially if they're in nice condition. You know, they've got this one's. I got some pollen on there. It's been sitting in there for a couple months, but I just listed like 9 more backpacks. A couple hiking ones too. So I'm sure those will end up going at some point as well. But yeah, don't sleep on backpacks because normally people give them away for $1. Like most backpacks are like less than $3, and like nice ones. So next thing that sold was, let's see that. This and all right, next thing that sold was Resident Evil, the Umbrella Chronicles for $9 plus shipping, disc only. So disc only on that one. In fact, let me go ahead and get a case for it. All right, and then the next thing that sold was the Gran Turismo Special Edition for PS4. That sold for $12.50 plus shipping. So like $5 plus shipping. So like 17 bucks shipped. Let's see. Liberty. These Liberty. So if you ever come across these, see these, always pick them up. They usually sell pretty quick. I've never had a hard time selling these, man. There's some things that, like I said, the sell-through rates are just amazing, or do very well. This is one of them, especially if they're priced right. Liberty overalls. So if you've never seen these before, the Liberty overalls. So yeah, there you go. Old school overalls. There you go. So these sold for $25 plus shipping. $25 plus shipping. I think I picked it up for $2. So next thing it sold was an Atlanta Braves hat. All right, so an Atlanta Braves hat, the green alternate Atlanta Braves. You know, the funny thing is I had this up as an Angels hat because it was green. And then somebody sent me a message and said, hey, I think that's a Braves hat. And they sent me a picture of the A for the A's and the A for the Braves. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. That's the Braves A. But it's green. That didn't make any sense. So then I started searching Google for just green Atlanta Braves hats. And mind you, this thing was up for like 6 months at least. And some guy just sent me a message probably like 3 weeks ago. It just sent me a message. So I updated the listing, changed it to Braves, you know, green alternate. I mean, I saw them on Google. They sell for, you know, they're on Google. So I was like, I had no idea the Braves ever did green alternate. Well, don't you know, here we are, 3 weeks later, sold for $23 plus shipping. you know, sometimes if you don't have, even even as a seasoned pro, sometimes you make little mistakes like that. So, and just that little thing can make a difference between a sale and no sale. So, so anyway, there's that. Again, 23 plus shipping on that one. That's sold for 35% off sale. So I had it up for like, I don't know, 40 bucks or whatever, 35. All right, next thing that's sold, Prototype 2. Prototype 2. All right, Prototype 2 sold for $9. Free shipping on this one. Xbox 360. Punisher comic book. Oh boy. Getting to the comics is not going to be... Well, I guess they're all just right here, but... All right, so let's see. I've got lots of books here. Luckily, I don't have to dig into this often. Punisher. Oh, is that it? Oh, we got some already. Which one is it? The one with Silver Surfer. So I don't do a ton of comics. I just don't do a ton of comics. In my experience, they sit. You got to get the right ones. Condition is huge. I just, you know, if they're cheap enough at a yard, because I don't know enough about comics. If they're cheap enough at a yard sale, I'll pick them up. I just don't know. Like I said, I just don't know enough about comics to take the lunge. The same thing with like Pokemon cards now. I feel the same way. Like Pokemon, I ain't gonna mess with Pokemon probably anymore either. Here's the Punisher. Are you serious? Where's it at? Okay. All right. Lots of comics. I really should just put all these in a lot, just like all the wrestlers. I mentioned I'm going to put all my wrestlers in a lot. I think I mentioned that like 2 weeks ago. I'm getting close. At least the old stuff. All right, so that's not in here. Do I have another pile of... This is the ones I just did. These are the other two Punishers. Huh. Well. Oh, here we go. Is this it? These are the onesies. Oh, yeah, right there. Okay. This is it, right? Yeah. All right, so this comic sold for $5 plus shipping. So there you go. Punisher. That's the first comic I've sold in a while. But again, I think what I'm going to do is gather all the comics. I got probably, I don't know, 50 to 60 comics is probably what I'm sitting on. So what I'll probably do is lump them all together. Same thing like the wrestlers, because that's the next thing I'm going to do is, you know, instead of having all these auctions up, or not, but all these listings up for all these comics at $5 or $10, or I got some of them lumped together, like all the Spider-Mans or all the X-Mans, they're all together in a lot, but they're not, nobody's really messing with them. There's nothing really special in them, but, and they're not, I don't think they're priced high, so I don't think that's the problem. I just think it's just a sell-through kind of thing. Like there's just not enough, there's just not a ton of demand on them. Same thing with the wrestlers. Same thing with the wrestlers that I have. All the older school Jax wrestlers. The new ones, I've already sold like 3 of them for like who makes them now? Mattel. Yeah, Mattel. So the new ones that I got with all the newer wrestlers have been going, I mean, I've sold 3 already, so that's good. And I got watchers on quite a few of those auctions. I don't typically do onesie twosies, but if they're like 10 plus shipping, then I will put it up by itself. And then lump everything else together. So like I said, all the older Jax wrestlers, all the good ones have sold. All the other ones that have been sitting, which I got some good auctions. There's good ones still, like Triple H, a whole lot of like 6 of them for like $5 a piece, $29.99. I think is the auction or the listing, and I think I got it on 30 promo now too, of 10% off or whatever on that one. Excuse me, and nobody's messing with them. So eventually, I'm gonna do the comics and the wrestlers, lump them all together, try to get them out of here. So, and that'll clear up probably 30 listings, because between the comics and the wrestlers, all the onesies are the lots that I have of all the wrestlers in the comics that just are kind of sitting right now and not really selling very often. Might as well put them all together, right? All the wrestlers together, like $49.99, just get rid of the whole deal. Goodbye. And like all the comics, same thing. All these comics, like, I don't know, 78, 60 of them, 50, 60, 70 of them, $1 a piece, $49.99, get them out of here. So that's kind of my thought process, because again, I've already filtered them, looked them up, know what's what, know there's not about any big hits in any of them. So at this point, it's just let's get them out to somebody that can do something more than I can with them, or that's actually going to enjoy them and collect them. So, and get somebody a good deal past that deal. So anyway, I gotta, there's a lot of things that you kind of think about, but then it's execution is the next issue. Yeah, execution, motivation. I don't know what the right, but either way, I need to execute on the plan of both of those things and get those things out of here. Xbox 360 or Xbox One controller, red alternate, sold for $25 plus shipping. I got a whole bag of plush. So this is the only time that plush works for me, at least, or that has worked for me, is when I do plush. I think I just talked about this too, about the plush. The like 11-inch Disney Store princess plushes. My daughter had a few of these growing up, or not my youngest, but my oldest had some of these growing up. We bought, I think, Cinderella, and I can't remember the other one. But anyway, these I got at a yard sale. 10 of them, 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then one smaller one. But they're all like the 11-inch or 17, 20-inch. Sorry, they're all like the 20-inch dolls. There's 9 of them, and then there's one like 10-inch doll. So I threw a smaller one in just because. But they're all the bigger, longer ones. They're all the matching Disney Store. I picked them up, $1 a piece at a yard sale. Just sold, and I just put these up last week, I think it was. It did sell through promoted listing for 10% off. Maybe I put them up a little longer than a week ago, because maybe it was maybe a month ago now. It wasn't too long ago, though, that I put them up. I'll put these over here for now. But anyway, those sold for $80 plus shipping. So plush, anytime you get plush that's a lot of a certain type, I mentioned this, I don't think I posted these that long ago. I think I just talked about this. So I'm not quite sure why, I'm not sure why I had it on 10% discount already. But either way, it's out of here. And I paid $1 a piece on them. So $9 in, 80. So not a bad sale. If you see them in a lot where it's the same type, I don't go through plushes often. I know there's money in plush, but I mentioned this before. I don't do plush a lot. If it's the same, I'll look at them. I'll glance at them. I'll see what they got. But unless I see like types, and usually like at least 3 or more of like types. Like one time I did Clifford. I had like all 5 characters for Clifford. One time I had like all, 9 characters or whatever, 10 characters, 7, I don't know, of the Muppets, the baby Muppets, Muppet Babies. All those, so I think those sold for like $150 for those. But if it's the like type, they usually go pretty good. Onesie twosies, it would have taken me forever to sell probably all these. I may have been able to squeeze $20 a pop out of them, maybe 15 probably each, but I would have sat on them for, one would have popped here, one would have popped there, but that probably would take me a year to get through all of them. Well, there you go. They're all gone. So and that's kind of goes back to why I want to do that with the comics and why I want to do that with the wrestlers. stuff that I have a lot of a certain category that's not selling well, get it together and get it out of here. This obviously is not that. It's sold quick, and it's a little different scenario with this stuff here. This is quick selling, but the other stuff typically will sell well when you lump it together, lower the price, like the comics and the wrestlers, like I mentioned. So, next thing that sold was a PS2. I got a bunch of them, so I got to figure out which one it is. PS2 Slim. That one's got Madden with it. So PS2 Slim. All right, PS2 Slim. And it's got Madden. All right, first one. Love it. I think I got one or two more of these. But anyway, if you don't know, if you've been with me before, you know what I do. I lump things together. I was just watching Cody with a K last night. I dropped him a comment a few videos ago because he sold like a PS2 for $60 or something, $70. I'm like, dude, I sell them all day. Well, this one sold for $117 plus shipping. I was like, lump them with all the crap games, well, they're not crap games, but lump them with your filler games. So like in this case, Call of Duty's like a, I don't know, $5 game. Madden's like a $1 game. I mean, and then I got a whole bunch of loose games. ATV Off-Road. What else did I throw in with it? I don't even remember. ATV Off-Road, whatever that is. Oh, you can't see. I don't know what that is. What is that? Barbarian, Poker, Medal of Honor, Gran Turismo, and Kingdom of Hearts. I mean, look, they're filler games. I get a couple dollars off each one of them if I put them up, so it's not worth it. So I lump them in with the systems, and I get more out of the systems. In fact, I just watched another one of Cody's things last night. Did I just say this? But anyway, he sold another game. I did just say this. He sold the system for like $70, the PS2, or was it $60? Free shipping. I was like, what? I just sold mine with like exact same bundle with 8 games, filler games, for $117 plus shipping, and that's on the that normally I get $120, $130. So I just had through that one under 10% promo, and there you go. There's that. So yeah, Cody with a K. I know he's never gonna watch my video, but at the end of the day, man, dropping nuggets for y'all. If you're a video game reseller, make your system more desirable. Throw in a memory card. Throw in some games. 2 controllers, from my experience, doesn't really matter. 1 versus 2, it's not going to get much different. So I typically just go 1 controller, and then I typically will sell, like if I get a bundle with multiple controllers, I usually sell the other controller separate to try to, you know, just squeeze more out of the bundle. But ultimately, 1 controller, memory card, obviously your power AV, and then 8 games, $120, $130 all day long, man. So anyway, it may sit for a few weeks, but maybe a month, but it'll go. Somebody sent you an offer for $115, sold. See you later. Anyway, that's just me. That's how I do. That's, you know, just the average Joe, man. Just the average Joe. Call of Duty Black Ops sold for, on PS3, sold for $9, free shipping. That got put up in a 10% off promo. So there's that. Sonic. Sonic sold. I was debating on even putting this up or bundling it with, so this is another nugget. Ready? When you see a game that's got decent value, but the label's all jacked up, you'd probably already say to yourself, well, at least I, in the past, would normally say I'm just going to throw it in with a bundle. But also in the past, I throw it up and they sell. So I had Sonic, and so it's hit and miss, man. It's hit and miss. But you always give it a shot, man. That label's pretty janky. It was in my pile of bundling with other systems, but when I looked, I was like, dang, I didn't realize Sonic goes for $22, $25, $25, give or take. So I was like, huh. I mean, the label, yeah, it's janky. Let me put it up for, I forget what I put it up for. I put it up for $24.99. Maybe it sells for $29.99 regularly or $30 regularly. But I put mine up for a few dollars less, and then it got put in a promo for 10% off. And so, boom, sold for $22.50 plus shipping, or $22.99 plus shipping. Actually, that didn't go on a promo. That went on promoted listing is what it sold. So 5% off, or well, I paid 5% to get more eyeballs on it. But anyway, yeah, there's that. So don't sleep on games that have crap labels, man. You never know. All right, just a few more things to pull, and then we'll let you guys go for the day. We sold another set of, is it my last set? I gotta check the listing. No, I got, oh, I did, oh, I took one out. Oh. All right, I gotta check the listing then and see if it's still up. I can always get another one. But anyway, the Nintendo, I've mentioned it before. I got a whole lot of like 60 broke Wii controllers in a video game lot that I picked up like 2 years ago. And I sold all the controllers. I took all these off and washed them. There was like 60 of them at one point. Well, not quite 60. There's probably like 40 of them at one point. I don't have any left. This is actually, there's one left in the thing. And I remember taking one out to take upstairs with me to put in one of my controllers. So that's why I'm short one, or only have one left. I have another controller upstairs I can pull it off of from I have a thing of controllers that are like extra spares. So I may pull it off, or I may just end the listing if it's still live. I got to check that. But anyway, $4 plus shipping. They don't sell for much, but this one went for $4 plus shipping. I had them up for $6 plus shipping, but this one I got put in the promo on the discount. So somebody got a couple bucks off of that. No big deal. But anyway, and I think that's my last set. Let me click on this and see. 6 sold, last one it says. I'm gonna go ahead and end the listing. Why can't I end it from here? Well, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it, and if somebody buys it, I'll pull it off the one from upstairs. I'm just gonna leave it. All right. Last two things that sold were another controller. And camera. So I was about not to hit sales. So, you know, if y'all been with me before, you know my goal is 200 a day. Well, coming into the weekend, I was at like 800 bucks. So the weekend really pushed me over. A few items, this item, well, all these items obviously help, but this is the big item here. But let me show this real quick. N64 green controller. Sold for 16 plus shipping on that one, which it should sell for more. I don't understand, but I've said it before. N64 stuff, it blows me away why it doesn't sell for more. But another one of the cameras, I sold the other one last week. I had 2 of these that I got from a lady for I think $100 for the pair. So another one of the Canon EO5 digital cameras. This one does not have the extra lens. It does have the charger. Did I put a memory card with this one? Maybe I didn't put a memory card. Did I not put a memory card with this one? Oh, it already had a memory card. Okay, so it's inside already. It's got its own. Okay. Normally what I do, if you've watched before, is I buy the memory cards in bulk, like 10 at a time. I think they're like, ends up being like $9 or maybe $7 a piece is what it boils down to. But I buy the 32 gig or 64. I can't remember that either right now. Either one. I buy them for to use in digital camera bundles, because it makes it more desirable, and like Switch bundles, Nintendo Switch bundles, just anything else that may use a memory card like that. That the bundle makes it more desirable. So in this case, I didn't have to because it had a memory card with it. So there's that. But yeah, typically that's something I do. So anyway, this sold for $243 plus shipping on this one. And that's it. The controller sold for 16, and that's it. So those are the sales. $883.60. Once again, that was just from Friday to today. My total for the week, It was on my phone. It was like 1437 or something like that. So for the week, I just hit goal, 200 a day, 1400 bucks for the week. Obviously, after I pack and ship this stuff, I'll be just under maybe like 1380 or something like that. So pretty much have hit goal for the week, which is great. Came through the final stretch because the week started strong and then we like went silent for like 3 days. And then the weekend hit, I started the promo and then boom, 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 things have been selling again. So we're back where we need to be. So that's good. I've had a lot of offers on stuff. I've had a lot of watchers pop up on things since the promo's been going. So hopefully this continues through the week. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, barring we have no sales, which could happen because eBay's freaking crazy and up and down. And that's just how it is. So if you stress about your sales, this probably ain't for you either. 'Cause I've said it before. If you're not a hustler, you don't have a hustler mindset. If you're not driven, if you're not that type of person that gets up and goes and gets it, like if you know you're the type of person that just kind of hangs around the house and plays on your phone and kind of lets things pile up and kind of is not very motivated to do other stuff and get sucked into social media and don't get a lot accomplished because there's a lot of folks like that out there, man. But they want to make more money and you want to find a way to do, but those are the things you're doing instead of. So if you don't have that mindset of being a hustler and driven and push and go and find and and then deal with customers and things like that, this ain't for you. But again, anyway, that's all I got. And we'll be back on the next one tomorrow. And if you stress about sales, where I was going, I lost my train of thought. If you stress all the time about sales and you're always freaking out about your money because eBay is always the problem, then this ain't for you. Because it's usually not eBay. I mean, it's a little eBay, but I can never blame eBay. eBay just simply gives me the platform to do what I'm doing. And I got to play within their rules. That's just how it is. I can bitch and complain about it, excuse my language, or I can be cool with it, understand it, and roll with the punches. Roll with the punches, man, and make it happen. Because at the end of the day, there are other options. I can go to another platform and sell there, and they're going to have the same types of problems at any other platform. High fees, shitty customers, crap policies by the platform, no customer service. Whatever. There's always going to be something somewhere that's going to cause problems, roadblocks, friction, issues, this, that, and the third. So I choose mine to be eBay. It's what I'm familiar with. Eventually I'm going to branch out. That's 100% because I do want to step up my sales. I do want to make more money. And how do I do that? Well, it goes back to what can I do, right? Well, I can source better, source more, list more, use other platforms, do more promoted listings, price my stuff better, word my things better, do my titles better, maybe take pictures better. There's always things that you can look at to do better. So if this is something that you're doing regularly, I'm sure you can relate. A lot of times we get complacent or things are going good, so we just kind of keep going the way we're going, and that's me. I'm that person. So until I have to make a change, I mentioned it before, if I go 3 weeks without hitting goal, you better believe by week 2 of not hitting goal, I'm already seeing week 3 in the pipeline not hitting goal again. I'm gonna be on my execution of starting other cross platforms because I'm not gonna allow myself a month or two of only hitting goal once or twice and majority not hitting goal. I have to. My goal is my goal for my family and my lifestyle. Everybody's is going to be different. If you have a full-time job, your goal may only be $300 a week. I don't know. That's awesome. But whatever your goal is, hustle and flow till you get to where you need to be. And then if you start coming off of that, you got to look at you and what you can do better. That's just what it is. Bitching and pointing fingers ain't going to do a thing for anybody. It just makes you a negative person. And I'm not about being around negative people. Do I gossip and complain from time to time? Yes, but that's normal. But I don't always, my go-to is not eBay's the problem. eBay's the problem. It's eBay's algorithm, eBay's policies, eBay's changing this again. eBay. Nah, you ain't going to see that. So anyway, I'm rambling again. We're at 50 minutes. I wanted to be done 15 minutes ago. So thank y'all for hanging out. I'm out of here. Hopefully your sales are going well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you enjoy anything that you've seen through this. This is me, just your average Joe, raw and unedited. And hopefully you enjoy hanging out with me. And if you do, hit that subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow, assuming we have sales. If not, you'll see me Wednesday. And that's all I got for you guys. In fact, tomorrow I'll show off what I got because I don't plan on tackling any of that today. I got too much going on today. So I'll show that stuff off tomorrow. How about that? So I'll start tomorrow's video with my pickups from the weekend, because tomorrow my plan is to start hammering that stuff and getting that stuff up on eBay. Like I said, the last video, which I think was Thursday, my plan is I got everything up on eBay. Everything that I picked up from the yard sales that weekend, or this past weekend, I needed to get all up on eBay before the following Friday, which is this week's Friday, Saturday, right? Because yard sales going to be popping up all again. I'm not doing a lot on Marketplace, although I have had like 3 deals that I really wish I would have gotten slipped through my hands, but it happens. I'm not on Marketplace as much, so hence why I'm not hitting on those deals as often. You got to be on Marketplace regularly, man, to get those deals, man. So with that being said, I will show that stuff off tomorrow. My plan is to start getting that stuff up, obviously, between tomorrow and Friday, really Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I got 3 days to get I only got like maybe 20 items or so. It's not a ton, but get those items up so we can reset for Friday and Saturday, and everything that I get in goes up in the store real time or within that week. So that way for the next week, I'm ready to go. No inventory hanging around, no dead pile. My table's clear to do what I need to do again. Rinse and repeat, basically, rinse and repeat. I don't want this stuff to stack up. I don't want to put things in bins and hoard them like I did last yard sale season. So, and it was mainly just clothes. All I hoarded was clothes and my emergency video game piles. Well, those are whole nother conversations if you're new. Anyway, I'm out of here for the 3rd time now. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. We'll see y'all tomorrow.